Hello, Patriots. My name is Colin McEvers. Welcome to the Maryland Maverick. This is our first episode. This will be a podcast covering all kinds of political things going on throughout Maryland and our local counties and also nationally. So, looking forward to it. This is the first official podcast affiliated with the Maryland College Republicans organization or any Republican group in Maryland as far as I'm concerned. So, I'm looking forward to it. The first thing that I'd like to discuss and chat it with you guys about, of course, is the tragic Charlie Kirk assassination that has really rocked the country and caused a lot of discussion, a lot of people getting involved in politics, and a lot of controversy, to say the least. So let's start with a local situation that's happened here in Wicomico County. A teacher in a middle school, someone by the name of Mr. Wagner, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is being fired or has been requested to be terminated by the county executive, Julie Giordano. She has sent a letter to the Wicomico County Board of Education asking for this teacher to be essentially fired after he made a meme in the direct aftermath of Charlie Kirk's tragic assassination when he was shot in the neck and fatally died. So let us actually look at Julie Giordano's Facebook page real quick together. I will read it out to you right now. I have my computer on standby. Let's go to the actual meme itself and I'll give you a brief synopsis. So it's essentially a picture of Trump whispering into Charlie Kirk's ear, and there's a comment that's been added saying this Epstein thing won't die, gonna need you to take one for the team, and it is titled Bait and Switch, implying that the Charlie Kirk assassination was some kind of conspiracy theory. What Julie Giordano posted on her Facebook page when she found out about this, because a number of people reached out to her asking her to do something about it, to at the very least make an effort to ensure that this person, that this individual who was immature enough, who made the inappropriate decision to mock that individual's death at an assassin's bullet. So what she said was, tomorrow morning I will be sending a formal letter to both the Wicomico County Board of Education and the superintendent demanding the resignation of an individual within our school system who has openly promoted political violence. So in essence, what our local leaders are trying to do in this situation is to make sure that people that are promoting political violence on their Facebook pages are not employed by the state, are not employed with the task of educating our young, impressionable children. Because I can almost guarantee that this individual is left leaning based on the post that he made. Instead of making a post saying something along the lines of, you know, praying for the family of Charlie Kirk, hoping that his family will be okay. I might disagree with him, but I never condone political violence. Friends of mine who have actually had the opportunity to debate Charlie Kirk in the past made posts on their social media accounts stating that they did not necessarily agree with everything that Charlie Kirk said. And a lot of people on the right have said this as well. But it's terrible that he died in this way. It is absolutely tragic, it is horrendous, and political violence has no place in our country. So this person is at risk of losing their job. And in my opinion, and in the opinion of a number of college students and people throughout the county and the state, rightfully so, because promoting political violence is not acceptable. I'd like you guys to think about this for a minute. If someone in 2020 or 2021 had made a post, say they supported police, back the blue, blue lives matter, maybe we can go a bit further. If someone made a post that simply said all lives matter, or I do not agree with the riots and looting and violence that is taking place in the direct aftermath of, say, George Floyd's death back in 2020, I believe it was, that person would be doxxed. They would be fired. Their life would be ruined. Their career would be over. So, is it justifiable then for our conservative leaders who have the right way of thinking to ask, just to ask and to recommend that a person, a teacher who is openly promoting political violence, that they be terminated? There's nothing wrong with that. If you think about it deeply, is there something wrong with it? Do we want these people educating our young, impressionable children when they are so inappropriate that they are going to mock and openly cheer on political violence? Do we want them in our classrooms? And I just want to touch briefly on another case in Delmarva, in Accomack County Public Schools, which is in Virginia. It's not in Maryland, but it's still in Delmarva, which is this whole peninsula that we're currently on. In the direct aftermath of Charlie Kirk's death, he posts a statement on his Facebook publicly that says, "Good. For those who need me to clarify, yes, I'm referring to him. Yes, I am celebrating. Yes, I hope he rots. No, I won't apologize." First of all, how despicable do you have to be to post such a hateful comment? You're stating that it's a good thing that a young father with so much potential, a human being, a Christian man, has been shot down, gunned down like a dog by an assassin, by a left-wing radical who has likely been indoctrinated by the education system, by online news, which characterizes all Republicans as fascists who need to be taken care of. It is atrocious for anyone. And even if I were Republican looking at the death of a Democratic leader, say if AOC were shot, I can guarantee you that there would be thousands, there would be millions of Republicans throughout this country who would openly state, I did not agree with her. I didn't like her very much, but I'm praying for her family and I'm praying for her memory. It's because conservatives and Republicans tend to be more godly. They tend to be more respectful, even in the face of political discourse. One of the things that Charlie was known for was engaging in dialogue and engaging with people that did not agree with him. That's why he went to college campuses, places that are bastions of liberal ideology and left wing thought and left wing indoctrination, frankly. He went to these places which were hostile. They were very hostile towards him, and there were thousands of students at these campuses that tried to ensure that he did not even speak there because they are so threatened by the thought of disagreement and so uncomfortable with the prospect of having someone who disagrees with them that they didn't even want to engage in political discourse. Republicans are more open to political challenge. That's a fact. To ideological disagreement and debate. And that's exactly what we intend to continue doing here in this podcast. Here in the state of Maryland, I personally have gotten dozens of people reaching out to me, reaching out to our websites, getting on our social media, asking how they can get involved. This has sparked a movement, but we can't rely solely on the spark. This has become a national news story. We've mourned for Charlie Kirk. We're really pissed off at the fact that someone was vicious enough to go out and actually kill him, and even more angry that there's so many people that are openly cheering on Tyler, that 22-year-old who did it. It's absolutely despicable that there are people that should be mature adults, people in their middle age, 40s, 50s, that are openly saying this is a good thing. How can that be? We're in a state, we've entered into such a state of political violence in this country that over 30%, in some statistics, over 30% of people believe that political violence is sometimes necessary to achieve political ends. We're in a really, really dangerous, tough, and scary time in American history. But we need to be strong. We need to continue fighting for what we believe in. We need to continue engaging in dialogue. I'm going to have some people that disagree with what I'm saying. I'm going to have some of those leftist professors that we talk about a lot to come on this show and challenge their ideas. Challenge them on the basics, on the fundamentals of what we believe in as Americans. But I'm looking forward to our next episode, to our next segment. We're going to have a local leader come on to discuss certain controversial matters, and we're really going to find out more about how local politics sometimes intertwines with national stories and national prerogatives of the current presidential administration. So I'm looking forward to that. If you guys would like to, please subscribe to this channel. We are a new podcast. Again, we are affiliated with the Maryland College Republicans. I'm the chairman of the Maryland College Republicans, and it's an incredible honor to be doing this. I think it's really, really important that we get publicity, that we get eyes on what we're doing, that we engage in critical thought, because that's exactly what Charlie Kirk would have wanted us to do, is engage in dialogue, engage in political discussion, even with people that disagree with us, but also bring on people that are actually making a positive change for our county, Republican leaders that are doing a lot of good for our cause and for American tradition. We're experiencing a turning point, a real turning point in American society. And it's good to see. We just need to continue on. We need to put our foot to the pedal and stay committed. So, looking forward to the next episode. Thank you so much. Have a good day.